Ever struggle with supports that won't come off your 3D prints cleanly? Today we're testing PETG supports on PLA prints. We're going to show you if they're worth it and how much filament it may waste. And what better to test it on than an Okami mask. I'm Brian DeLuca, and today we're testing PETG supports on an Okami mask that's printed in PLA. We're going to see how cleanly these supports come off and how much filament it actually wastes. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison of using PLA as a support against PETG. So why PETG supports? Well, if you've ever printed in PLA with PLA supports, you'll realize sometimes, even with the correct settings, PLA sometimes feels like it's sort of glued together and they're hard to remove. PETG, on the other hand, will peel away much easier, giving cleaner overhangs and less post-processing. But the catch is, we're going to have wasted filament. And today we're printing in Overture PETG and PLA. Now let's get started. So one of the first things I do is go to the Overture site and I download the newest JSON profiles for the filament. And it's quick and easy. You could add them directly into your slicer by importing the configs. Variations of the JSON code for the most popular printers and their actual settings, including nozzle sizes. And then you'll have access to the correct settings for the filament. It's one of my favorite parts about Overture Filament. So we know how Bambu Labs is sort of a closed system and they only have certain filaments. That's why importing your actual configs is super important. You're going to go to your support settings. You're going to enable supports. And in this case, we're using tree because I think we'll use a little less material on these. And we just go down here to filament for the supports and we select our PETG. So as you can see, there is a lot of filament that is being flushed due to the material swapping. And as you can see here, when we're just printing with PLA and PLA supports, we're not flushing any material because we're using the same material for the support as well as the print. Now let's get these loaded. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to assign your filament on your printers themselves in the settings. If you're not familiar, this mask comes from the game Okami, but Okami also means wolf in Japanese. In Okami, you play as the wolf-shaped sun goddess. The game's art style is inspired by Japanese ink paintings, and this mask has a sleek and mythical look, making it a great 3D print. This model is from STL Flicks. The print is split into two main parts, one that I'll be printing with PLA and PETG supports, the other I'll be printing with straight PLA. The goal to see if PETG supports make support removal easier, and see if it's worth the additional wasted filament. And even as we remove the print from the bed, the PETG supports are just falling off. And as you can see here with the PLA supports on PLA, they're staying attached. All right, it's time for the fun part. As you can see, some of the PETG supports did fail, and I honestly think that was due to my settings, but probably some of it was the fact that some of the PETG and the PLA doesn't stick well together, which is why they should be so easy to take off. So on this one, we use the Overture PLA with the PLA supports. Let's see how easy they come off. So we can see they're sort of sticking to the bottom a little bit. Okay, we're probably going to need to get our pliers for that. Okay, one more in there. So, that came off relatively easily, what you would expect from PLA supports on PLA. I also printed this small piece, which is the side piece, because I was hoping the PETG, and this would be a good comparison since this one failed, but as you can see, this one came off already. So, same thing, popped right off. Now let's look at the PETG supports. Oh, as you can see, these are just like falling off. They're like falling off. I mean, unfortunately, they came apart and we had some stringing, but the supports themselves are just like falling off. Like it is literally taking no effort to get these off. The stringing we may have some issues with, but the supports themselves, popping right off. Look at that. These, I'm not really sure what happened. I mean, it's just, I have a feeling they're going to pop right out, but there we go. Look how smooth that came right off. Just a matter of getting in there. Besides where it failed, and it looks like and this is totally my fault. I could see, like, I should have messed around with my support settings a little more, that I was doing it in 2 different filaments. Now, what I could say is the PETG supports came off so much easier than the PLA supports on PLA filament. So that's what this is going to look like. All in all, I would definitely say the PETG supports came away much easier than the PLA supports. By how much? I would say not a lot. But here's what my concern is more over than just the supports coming off easier. Let me just show you something. The amount of material waste. So this is the entire filament waste from it switching materials. So it almost filled this X1 carbon poop bin up to the top, and considering we had a prime tower, there was a lot of filament waste in comparison to the support filament waste with doing it in one material, one color. So is it worth using PETG supports on a PLA print? I would say if you were doing something super small and you wanted to be super clean, yes. But in most cases, in 99.999% of the cases, I would say no, because even though it is super clean where these supports came off, and you saw how easy they were just falling away, and where this one left a little bit more pockmarking, I would argue the amount of filament you waste to material swap going between the PLA and the PETG is overall not worth the amount of filament you're wasting and the amount of time you're going to save from removing supports and the additional prep work you may have to clean this up a little more. Have you tried PETG supports on PLA prints? If so, I would love to know how your results came out. Leave it in the comments below. For more on 3D printing, DIY, and maker projects, make sure you like and follow Maker Build It. And remember, keep on making.